I'm Saparik, and welcome to weekly SUNNI-AI, your weekly energetic numerological forecast for the week of Monday, starting Monday, May 13th, 2019. So I am back in Topanga Canyon, and it's very cold outside. Um, it feels like it's raining, and I'm not here to give you the meteorological update. Not in that way. I just I'm in a little bit of a shock, not only with my body, but also kind of a culture shock after being in Bali for 2 weeks. That being said, I have to say, Los Angeles, at least in Topanga Canyon, a very, very, very powerful energy here. Um, and it makes sense because there's a lot of people here and a lot gets created here. So if you think about like what it takes to create a movie, a film, think about the amount of energy that takes. Like it needs some kind of planetary energy to kind of balance it. So it's good stuff. And good stuff this week. We have a full moon, and the full moon comes at the latter part of the week. But just to recap, we'll just talk about like last week we were sowing the seeds, and I remember I was like doing the filming outside my hotel in Bali, where there's this organic farm, super sweet and really inspiring to be organic farming. But anyway, it was a metaphor. Just weeding our own gardens, whether it be literal or just metaphorical or both. And now we have a 5 frequency this week. So 5 is the number of freedom. So there's going to feel like we're going to focus back in with this full moon or back into relationships or even your relationship to a situation that you've been in. And you're going to feel kind of both polarities, meaning you're going to feel like, oh, I just want to stay with like the tried and true. Like, I love feeling secure and like I know what's going to happen today. And your kind of step by step routine. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, you're going to like abhor the routine and you're going to be like, get me out of here. I feel like I'm in a cage. Um, so it's asking us obviously to hold both, right? So if we can manage and kind of flow in between both states, we're going to have much more of a kind of lovely and kind of work with the energy time. You may or may not get a lot accomplished this week, but what you will find is that people will tend to want to pull you in. Or a situation even may want to like pull you in that's involving humans, and you really need to be like I'm saying like concise, um, clear, and kind of you want to be sure like you um, have a good sense of your boundaries, and if you don't, you'll be tested on that because you will feel increasingly uncomfortable if it's a person or situation that you don't want to be in. It'll feel, like I said, doubly depleting and doubly draining. And so don't be surprised if you're like, wow, I don't feel good anymore. And if you get the insight to actually sever a relationship or kind of leave a situation or put it on pause for a while. Don't don't be surprised by any of that. It feels almost like eclipse energy right now, even though it's not an eclipse, but it kind of feels that way where the insights come suddenly, they come abruptly, and it's not that you have to act on it, you just don't want to overreact. You just want to be sure like you have all the pieces to the puzzle. You don't need to be more confused and getting pulled into other people's kind of confusion vortex because they're trying to figure it out too. Just keep it concise. That's like my favorite word this week, and like have fun. Just like if you don't like the routine, change it up. Let yourself express yourself, be free, and then when you feel like you want to go back to like, this is what I do every day, then do that. But as far as relationships, you're really going to watch that and then just trust. It'll ask you for a deeper layer of trust because if you need to actually make some adjustments with some people in your life, um, you want to be able to go ahead and do that, okay? And without a lot of drama. I always laugh at the end of my podcast because relationships without drama. No. I don't know. But we try to keep it like slightly drama free, but we do the best we can. All right, I'm Sapurik, and this is Weekly Sunia back in Topanga. I need to go out and get like a parka because it's so cold here. And, I'll see you next week. Questions, concerns, likes, loves, subscribing, readings, just email me, set at sunnia.com.